Damn it, I missed the interview with Mr. Portnoy. Now I can't host that weekly podcast about light beer. So after Trudy misses her Barstool Sports interview, she goes to her current waitressing job at a diner. This is where we meet her friend Lucy and her mean boss.
Get to work or you'll be out in the gutter.
He would not keep his great-grandfather's gun here if he knew how close I come to killing him every day.
Okay, bad idea. I think a diner is probably one of the worst places you can have a gun just open for anybody to take. The place where drunk, angry, horny, hungry people go? Idiot. If I could make a list of the worst places to have a gun out in the open, diner would be at the top, man. Diner is definitely one that I would check off. Speaking of check off, if you show a gun in the first act, you better shoot that thing. That's the direct quote.
You better shoot that thing.
Okay, so Trudy is going about her shift when her boyfriend Nick walks in. And you're gonna wanna remember this character because he's very important, and I'm just kidding because he dumps her right away and we never see him ever again.
If you walk out that door now, we are so over.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This really messes her up, and she's so distraught that she can't even take Mario Lopez's order when he walks in.
I'll take a cheeseburger and fries and a Caesar salad, please. Dressing on the side.
Like, hello? That's the host of America's Best Dance Crew? Take his order, Sabrina.
Do you need to write it down?
Mario Lopez's character's name is David, by the way. I'll just say that so I don't have to keep using his full name. So Mario Lopez gets up to go to the bathroom, and this is where the movie gets a little ridiculous. Let's watch.
You're not going to the bathroom.
I'm not sure what kind of government-sponsored work program you're a part of, but
Move it.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, she kidnaps him at gunpoint. And like the entire thesis of this movie is doing something crazy doesn't make you a crazy person. That's what they say a few times throughout this film.
Doing one crazy thing does not make a person crazy.
But I don't know, man. Tons of people have missed job interviews and then gotten dumped and then not kidnapped a guy about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy place for your brain to just go to immediately, right? Like, kidnapping should be a last or not even. Kidnapping shouldn't be a resort at all, okay? That's silly. I wouldn't vacation at that resort. Also, it's one thing to impulsively, like, shove someone, right? Because that's, like, one thing and it's done. And you go, sorry, right? But kidnapping? That's like accidentally making beef Wellington. Okay, I seriously thought I was making a quesadilla. What the fuck is this? You know, your mind doesn't go to kidnapping right away, okay? So I think Trudy has done this before. She's a serial kidnapper, and this is my theory. But anyway, she successfully kidnaps David and is now driving to her parents' cottage retreat, and her master plan is for David to pretend that he is Nick the whole time, the boyfriend who just dumped Trudy.
Yeah.
Because what's worse than finding out your daughter is a kidnapper? Finding out your daughter is a single kidnapper.
You're not really gonna shoot me with that thing.
She shot that thing!
You better shoot that thing. You better shoot that thing.
Okay, so this next part is also super ridiculous. I don't want to victim blame or anything, but at like several points in this movie, it kind of seems like David wanted to get kidnapped. Prime example right here. When Trudy stops at a gas station and gets out of the car to pay for her gas, David doesn't scream or shake the car around or, you know, yell for help or literally anything at all. He kind of just stands there gently wiggling his hands back and forth.
Man, what is this stuff made of?
If only I could do more than the bare minimum. I wish God blessed me with the ability to rub my vocal cords together to talk to other humans. Well, my hands are tied. And dude, when the gas station worker comes out to pump the gas, Trudy tells him that David is really into BDSM, and that's why he's tied up.
Well, that's my boyfriend. I'm surprising him with a weekend in the woods. You know, the wild kind of weekend, the tie me up, tie me down kind.
Again, ABC Family. But in response to the BDSM, the gas station worker does this.
These are on the house, honey.
Oh, thanks.
Yuck.
Also, what a terrible citizen. Sees someone tied up in a car and then gives the other person handcuffs. Jesus Christ, man. I feel like if this guy saw someone drowning, he'd just be like whipping water balloons at them or something. Ow, please help, ow, please help, ow, please help, ow. Why are you crying? You're literally surrounded by water. You love this shit. So they get back in the car, and this is when we get another movie trope that I always find really fascinating. Let's watch this one scene, and then we'll talk about it super quick.
I think it's safe to say I've lost my job at Taj's Diner Deluxe. I live in a crappy loft downtown.
She said she lives in a crappy loft. Let me remind you what her loft looks like.
I live in a crappy loft downtown.
If If that's a crappy loft, I honestly don't know what my apartment in college was. A medieval dungeon, I guess. Another movie that did a similar thing to this was Big Daddy. And this is constructive criticism, okay? Big Daddy is one of my favorite movies. And mind you, Sonny, main character in that movie, had a good amount of money. But they do this thing where they keep trying to tell you that this character's life is in shambles, you know, and they're eating out of leftover Chinese food takeout boxes, but at the same time they have like the sickest fucking apartment you've ever seen. So it's hard for me to like believe that, you know what I mean? Like I'm just picturing the movie director being like, okay, set designers, this apartment has to look shitty, okay? And I'm talking like only 4,000 squeet? I meant to say square feet. This bit is done because I'm embarrassed. Okay guys, we're not saying square feet anymore, we're saying squeet. I'm gonna squeak. Oh, actually, on second thought, maybe that's a front that Trudy's putting up, you know what I mean? Because she has so much ransom money from all the people that she has for sure kidnapped before. And that's how she can afford her really nice apartment. Okay, I fucking cracked the code, dude. My theory is correct. But anyways, they get to the cottage. And at this point, when I first watched the movie, I was like, well, it's impossible this movie can go any further, right? Because David will walk into the cottage and go, hey, oh my god, I've been fucking kidnapped. Please help me, call the cops, do something. But Trudy has done this before, so here's her big brain solution.
Sometimes when Nick feels awkward in a social situation, he does this whole, I didn't want to be here, I've been kidnapped thing. Kind of weird, but he thinks it's funny, so just laugh along so it doesn't make him feel bad, okay?
You know, because when someone's nervous or feeling awkward in a social situation, they wouldn't just be super quiet or overly kind to make a good impression or something. They would just barge in and go, I've been kidnapped, okay? Your daughter's a fucking crazy person. I'm sorry, I'm just so nervous right now. And I want all this unnecessary attention on me. Alas, her parents buy it, no questions asked.
Okay.
And do you remember earlier when I said it kind of seems like David wants to be kidnapped? I know that's a pretty problematic thing to imply. It's gonna be Curtis Connor is over party all over again. But hear me out, okay? This time it's gonna be Curtis Connor is over the moon because he's so happy that he made a good point party. I'm gonna prove to you that David wants to be kidnapped. I am going to time how long he tries to like convince the parents that he's been kidnapped.
Okay, listen to me very carefully. She forced me to come here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go help Mom with the eggnog.
That was less than 1 minute. He tried to convince them for less than 1 minute and was just like, well, I tried. Dude, if that was me, I would not shut the fuck up. I'd be so annoying, I would go full gooby.
Ever seen this before?
I will add, before, it was just him and Trudy, and like, you know, he didn't know what she was capable of, but now all bets are off, man. Dude, I'd be running around the house fucking screaming. I'd be knocking shit over, I'd be pushing people around, I'd be smearing my shit on the walls. I don't fucking care, dude. And have you seen that guy's fucking arms? I'd start punching people, bro. I've seen that one episode of Saved by the Bell, okay? AC Slater can fight. He could throw a punch. I'm also rewatching that scene. I'm now realizing that I'm the guy who broke up the fight between Zach and Slater. I don't remember doing that, but there's video evidence right in front of me, so you're welcome. But no, seriously, if I was David, I would be smearing my poop on the cabin walls until someone drove me home. But no, he just fucking gives up after 50 seconds. Also, I forgot to mention earlier that David already has a girlfriend who he was planning on like proposing to on the same day that he was kidnapped. So he currently has an engagement ring with him. That's like the only thing he does have because he forgot his cell phone at the diner. And before you ask, why can't he just steal someone else's cell phone and call 911? Well, the movie plugged that plot hole in a very weird way as well. Every year at this Christmas cottage, there's someone called the Keymaster.
Mom, I was wondering if I could be Keymaster this year.
Sounds like a fucking Dark Souls boss, honestly. But this Keymaster's job is to hold onto all the phones and keys so people can just, you know, they're forced to hang out there and spend time with the family. I guess you could say their phones and keys have been sort of kidnapped. Okay, now we meet Trudy's siblings. She has a brother named Jake and a sister named Katie, and they're both super successful in their fields, so Trudy sort of feels like the screw-up of the family. Which she is. She fucking kidnapped a guy, so, you know, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for her. That's the one thing about this movie that's, like, really frustrating. It's like, you're supposed to like the main character of a movie, and if you don't like them, you're supposed to relate to them on some level. But I can't do that. I cannot do that with Trudy. She stole a person, and also, I can't even feel bad for the guy who got kidnapped because he's not smearing his shit on the walls.
I'd like you to meet Trudy's boyfriend, Nick.
I'm not her boyfriend. I met her today when she poked a musket in my ribs, tied me up with furry handcuffs, and drove me to wherever I am right now.
Okay, I'll take that last